Ask. Mark. M-A-R-K. Salil with the first point. Mark is correct. Alright. Arc. Nope. Arc is not there. The Scram. Yes. Arc. Yep, it's not there. Ramsey says Arc is not there. Ram, we already done. Mark. Mask. Ask. Sam. Sam is not there. Smark. S-M-A-R-K. Nope. Sam is not there. Arm. Ramsey says arm. Ramsey gets the point. Ask. Ask is there. Cams. Marks. M-A-R-K. Margaret is correct. M-A-R-G-A gets the first point. Cams. Nope. Arms. Margaret is correct. 2 points for Margaret. Rams. Nope. Starts with M. Oh, it's a planet. Yep, Mars. 3 points for Margaret. The word pain means blue in the native Tehuelche language. The national park gets its name from a mountain group. Torres del Paine. Abodi Eoback. That's nice. Abodi is one of our top players. Dima says I've played this game. Hi to Salil. Lily. Lily. Ramsey's second point. Lily. Wild. Abodi gets a point. Wildly. Wildly. Margaret. 4 points. Lily. DIY. Nope. Wild is there. Yep. Who said it? Margaret. 5 points for Margaret. Lid. Lid a body. 2 points for a body. Ramses, you said ill first. Oh yeah, I can see it. Ramses said it first. So I'm gonna give it to Ramses. 3 points. Wiley. Nope. Will. Who said Will first? The Dima. The Dima. First point for the Dima. So right now we got Margaret with 5 points, Ramsey 3, a body 2, and the Dima 1. Life. Life. Margaret with 6 points says life. Fly. Fly. A body says fly. 3 points for a body. File. Find. File. Find. File. Fine. That's 2 more points for body, so 3, 4, 5. Body says file and find, 5 points. Film. Filn. Up. Yen. Yen is not there. Len. Nope. Lie. Yeah, not good to lie. Margaret says lie, 7 points. Yen is not there. Fine. Fine. It's already there. Fien. Fein. Nope. Finally. Nely. Margaret gets the big word finally. 8 points for Margaret. Ramsey says finally second, but Margaret got it first. Line. Line. Who said line first? It wasn't Dima, it was Margaret. 9 points, Margaret. On your screen it says I was first, but on the chat it says Margaret before Ramses. Does everyone see in the chat? Margaret said finally first before Ramses. Type yes if you can see that. Line. Nile. Nile is not there. Elf. Oh, it says think time zones. Maybe. I'm following what I see on my screen, guys. Margaret says elf, 10 points. Swing. Wait, hold on. Sing. Sing. Ramses says sings first. 4 points for Ramses. Then wings. Wings. 5 points for Ramses. Dima deleted a message. Swing. 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 Margaret gets the 11 points. Sign. Sign. The Dima, second point. Gin. Gin, the drink, yep. Ramses says that, 6 points. Ramses. Sign. Sign is already there. Gin wins. Margaret says wins. 12 points for Margaret. Sin. Who said Sin? Dima. 3 points, Dima. WN. Wing. Who said wing first? Margaret. 13. Margaret says wings. Wigs. Wing and wigs. So 13 and 14. Margaret on 14 now. Wing. Wing is already there. ING. Nope. Wig. Who said wig? Dima. 4 points, Dima. Wiss. Nope. Win. And who said it first? Dima. Dima finishes the game with win. So we got Margaret on 14. Ramsey's on 6. A body and Dima tied with 5. Shell. SHEL. There's only one L. She. Margaret says she. 15 points. Wheels. WHEELS. Ramses gets the big one. Wheels. He's HES. Wheels. EEL. EEL. Yule. Nope. She. She's there already. Heel. HEEL. Heel, like your foot heel. Yep. Ramses says that. 8 points for Ramses. Less. LES. There's only one S. Hugh. HEW. Nope. Wells. WELS. Nope. C. SEE. Yep. Ramsey sees it. 9 points. Else. 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 Margaret. 16. C. C is already there. Sue. Sue Jagger. New player to the game. His first point. He said Sue. Well. WEL. There's only one L. Slee. Slew. Sorry. Welsh. LSH. Nope, not Welsh. Heels. Heels, yep. Heels is there. Ramses. 10 point. What is the last word ending with L with a E in the middle? W. Maybe starts with W. Wheel. HEEL. Yeah, I thought it starts with W. Wheel. Jaeger. Second point for Jaeger. Buck. Ramses. 11 points. Buck. Puck. Nope, it's not there. Cup. Mm, Criminal joins the game. Criminal first point. Cup. Cab. Cab Ramses with 12 points. Pack. Dima says pack. Dima is on 6. Said wheel way back. Okay, sorry. Cap. Chantrel. Chantrel says cap. First point. Cup. Pack. PACK. The back. Margaret says back. 17 points for Margaret. Cub. Chantel. Second point. Chantel. Cub. Backup. 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 Wow, that's a nice one. 18 points for Margaret. Margaret on 18 now. So Margaret's on 18, Ramsey's on 12, Dima on 6, Abori on 5, Jaeger 2, Chantel 2, and Criminal 1. Pub. Who said pub first? Wait, there's few people said pub. Ramsey's was the first one. 13 for Ramsey's. Okay, let's see. Let Dima says let first. 7 points. Then set Orlando. Orlando joins the game. SET. First point for Orlando. Test. TES. Nope. Set. Get. Dima says yet. 8 points for Dima. Let. Two of yours I've missed. Okay, I'm sorry if I missed because the chat is going a bit fast. Set. Yo, what's up? I'm back also. Style. Style says Chantre 3 points. Test. Set. Guys, stop saying the same ones again. That is already there. Style. Yes. Shanta says yes. 4 points. Style. Okay, I missed you out twice. Apologize. Salt. Let's. LETS. Which one did I miss you out? Can you let me know? You're saying I missed you out twice. I can go back and check which was it. Salt. Let's. Less. Dima says less. 5 points. No, 9 points for Dima. Slay. Salt. Styles. Less. You said wheel and pub. Okay, I'm gonna go back and just check 1 second. Pub. Yeah, Ramsey said it before you. Pub. I can see Ramsey's one is before you, and then Wheel. You did say Wheel, but I think Jaeger said it before you. Yeah, so it's correct. What I'm seeing is gets styles sets. Margaret on 19 now. Sets. Yeah, it's okay, Margaret, because the thing is going so fast you can also sometimes miss it. I'm trying to be as precise as I can. Styles. Styles. Oh, wait, you guys have been saying styles. Somebody's. Who said styles first? There was style by itself by Chanter. Style by Lord Logie. Okay, Margaret did say styles first. So I'm going to give that 2 point to Margaret, 20. Yeah, Margaret did. Ramsey, you're right. Thanks for clarifying. I'm trying to be as fair as possible. So let's go to the next game. Dell. Nope. Deal. Deal. Who said deal? Tony Dunn. Tony Dunn. Welcome to the game. First point for Tony Dunn. Daily. DAL. No. Lead. Tony Dunn, second point. You said lead. Fuel. Deal. Delay. DELAY. Aquarius joins the game. Aquarius. First point for Aquarius. He said delay. Aid. Lead. Dima says lead first. 10 points for Dima. And then Lay. LAY says Margaret. Margaret on 21. They let Tony Dunn. Tony Dunn. 3 points, Tony Dunn. Lad. LAD. Nope. Lead. Nope. It's already there. Lead is already there. Aid. Ale. Who said ale? Tony Dunn. 4 points. Die. DYE. Who said die first? Tony Dunn. 5 points. Oh, this one is the last one is. No one wants to finish it. I can see the word. I'll finish it. Lady. So we got Margaret on the lead with 21, then Ramsey 13, then Dima 10, then Tony Dunn with and Tony Dunn about 5, Charlotte 4. Okay, let's go to the next one. Tablet, Tablet. Wait, okay. Dima said tablet first. Dima is on 11. Beat. Beat Tony Dunn, 6 points. Tablet, then bet. Tail, Tale. Tail, Tony Dunn, 7 points. Beat, battle. Battle. Who got the big one? Battle. Aquarius, 2 points. You got the big one first. Table, Table. Who said table? Tony Dunn. Table, Bale. Bale, teat. Teat. Nope. Bat. Bat is not there. Bale. Margaret says me. What do you mean by me? Belt. Dima says belt. 12. Late. Late. Tony Dunn says late, 9 points. You said table first. Let me see. Okay, you did say table first. So I'm going to take the point from Tony Dunn and give it to you. 22 to Margaret. Belt late. Late, L-A-T. Belt is already there. Able, A-B-L-E. Leon, Leon, I-Z-M. His first point, he says able. Teal. Nope. Teal is not the tab. We got a 5-letter word and a 4-letter word remaining. L-A-T. Latte, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just thinking that latte. Who got it first? Margaret. 23. Dima said it second after Margaret. Margaret and Ramsey and Dima is at top 3 players. Tony Dunn says, no, I did. You said latte first. Okay, you did. You said it much earlier. You said L-A-T-H-E and then you said L-A-T-T-E. So I'll have to take the point from Margaret, which I don't think makes any difference because she's way ahead. I'll take the 23. Margaret is back on 22. Tony Dunn is now on 9. But it's to be fair, right? So Tony Dunn did say it first. He said latte. Then somebody said tebe. Keel. Teal. Teal. Okay, Margaret does say he did it. So we're all playing fair. Everyone is playing fair. That's good. Try to be fair as possible in this game. Beat. It's not always easy because the chat goes quite fast sometimes. But I can always go back and check. If you think I missed something, you can just let me know. Telt. TLT. Nope. Teat. This one is difficult. What is this word? BE. Beta. I think he's got it. I mean, not he. Margaret. She's got it. 23. Margaret's got that point that she was missed out on. She got back to 23 now. So let's summarize. We got Margaret on 23, Ramsey on 13, Dima on 12, Tony Dunn on 9, and we got Charlton on 4, Aquarius on a body was on 5, Mr. Body, Aquarius 2, and so forth. Dima says I have to go. Well done, Dima. Thanks for joining in. You are the top 3 players with Margaret and Ramsey. Margaret, Dima, and Ramsey is our top 3 players. By Dima. Merit. MERIT. Margaret says Merit 24. Term. TERM. Then Tony Dunn says term 10 points. Then emit EMIT. That's another one, 11 points. He says term and emit. Trim TRIM. Margaret says trim 25 for Margaret. Remit REMIT is not the time. It's definitely time. Margaret is 26. Definitely time for Margaret. She's on top. MET. Dima is back in the game. He says Met. He's on 13 now. And then item ITEM. Tony Dunn 12. Then timer TIMER. After Tony Dunn item, then Margaret says timer. So now Margaret's on 27. Rhythmy. Timer is done right. Nope. Timer, term. Item. There. Tire. Tony Dunn says tire. 13 for Tony Dunn. Rim. Nope. TEIR. Term. Term is already there. Tire. Tony Dunn's. Wait. I just need to make sure. Tire. Anyone else said tire before Tony Dunn? No. So Tony Dunn gets tire. 14 points for Tony Dunn. Meyer. MIRE. Fit. Tim. Mit. Nope. Oh, what is this last word? It's not rim. It's not mit. It's not Tim. There's no F fit. Fur. There's no F. IRE. IR. Can't be that because I is in the middle. I'm gonna use one of my points. Maybe I'm. I am. RIM. Nope. Nope. What about? Did someone say mit? Nope. Yeah, I think Mayflower. No, wait, it's not Mayflower. Oh, wait a second. Few people said Thai, but I want to see who said it first. Mayflower. Before Mayflower was Margaret. Before Margaret was LSC. LEC. I think LSC's got it. LSC. All Leo. I'll just say LSC. I'm gonna give that. I think it's correct. Yeah, Tony Dunn. I think it was LSC, a new player that said it first. Okay, I'm going to say this word, but I'm not going to say it in case. So, Tony Dunn says that word, but it's correct. 15 points. I'm not going to say that word because it might be racist. I don't know. MONK. Margaret says monk. 28 for Margaret. Money. Money. Who said money first? Wait, it was not Charlie. It was Tony Dunn. 16 for Tony Dunn. Then monk, money, Neo, men, Mayflower, Mayflower, Mayflower with the first point on the board. Key. Tony Dunn's back in the game. 17 with key. OKEY. Nope. Men 1. And Margaret finishes. No, wait. It's not Margaret. Sorry. It's Tony Dunn. Tony Dunn steals it. He said 1 first. So we got our top 3 players are right now Margaret with 28. Then Tony Dunn is coming the top. He's on the top 2. He's on the top 3. He's number 2 with 18 points. Then we got Ramsey and Dima and tied in the 3rd position. And then a body with 5. Charlton with 4. Aquarius Jaya with 2. Mayflower, Elios, Unism, and someone else also with 1 point each. Bishop, BISHOP. Margaret gets the big letter straight away. 29. Margaret. 29. Sip. Sip is a nice one. Tony Dunn. 19. Posh. Posh is not there. Shop. Margaret says shop. Margaret's on 30 now. Shop. Hip. 20 done with 20. Hip. Hips. Hips. Wait, hips. Not there. Hope. There's no E. Hops. Tony Dunn says hops. 21 for Tony Dunn. Hop. And then Margaret says hop. 31 for Margaret. Bio. B-I-O. Bio. Tony Dunn. 22. Hops. H-O-P-S. Is there already? Bios. B-I-O-S. Nope. Soap. S-O. Ship. S-H-I-P. Margaret says ship. 32 for Margaret. Shop. OPS. POS. P-O-S. Nope. What about B-O-S? Nope. Yeah, I think it's his. Margaret says he's correct. So our top 3 players, Margaret with 33, then Tony Dunn with 22, and Dima and Ramsey tied in 3rd position. I also have that. What do you have? The game? Date. Tony Dunn with gate. Tony Dunn's on 23. Cooks gets in the board first point. Gated. G-A-T-E-D. Margaret gets the big one. Gated. 34. Gadget. There's no G. Game is so fun. Yeah, it is fun. Date. Tad. Tea. Tony Dunn loves his tea, I'm guessing. Who doesn't love a tea? 24 for Tony Dunn. 8. Random joins the game. First point for Random. He says 8. Aged. Margaret says aged first. 35 for Margaret. Age. Did anyone say age first? No, it was Tony Dunn. 25. Aged. Tag. Tony Dunn with another one. Tag. 26. Age is there. Margaret. Age. The tag. Tag is there. Ted. Eat. Tony Dunn 27 now. Catching up to Margaret. T. Sorry, they get. Tony Dunn finishes the game with us with get with 28. Tony Dunn 28 points. So we got top players is Margaret with 35, Tony Dunn on second place with 28, and Ramsey and Dima is tied with in third position, but I don't think they're playing anymore. Maybe. We'll do a clean slate. Whoever wins this will be the last game. So our previous round, Margaret won with Tony Dunn second and Ramsey and thing. So let's finish the game with fresh start. Margaret says onion. ONION. Margaret's first point for this round. Onion, then ton. Mayflower ton. Subscribe says Patrick Millen. Let's pin that message. Thanks for the subscribe. Not. Mayflower with another one. First point for this round. Mayflower. Tin. TIN. Tony Dunn 1 point. Who said that? Notion. 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 Margaret gets the big word. Notion. Onion. It's already there. Notion. Noon. Tony Dunn 2 points and Margaret are tied. Tune. Who said tune? Margaret. 3 points for Margaret. Ion. It's not iron. It's NON. Tin into notion to INN. Tony Dunn finishes the game. Oh, we got a tie with Margaret and Tony Dunn in 3 points, and Mayflower and Tin with 1 point each. Since it's a tie, let's do one more round. Lover, LOVER. Tony Dunn 4 points. Lover. Clove, CLOVE. Patrick, PAT. Patricia says the chat is going a bit too fast. Noon in on Tony Dunn said lover, then clove, love, LOVE. Tony Dunn said love, so that's 5 points. Then over, OVER, 6 points for Tony Dunn. Cove, COVE. Patrick, 1 point. 2 points for Patrice. Cover, Cover. Margaret says cover, 4 points for Margaret. Role, Role. Tony Dunn, 7. Love, Lobe, Clover, Clover. Tony Dunn said Clover, 8 points. Role, Role. All. Tony Dunn said all, 9 points. Role. Rove, Rove. Patricia said Rove, 3 points. Core. And then Mayflower says Core, 2 points. So Tony Dunn is our top player now with 9. Margaret in second with 4. And Patricia with 3. What did I miss? What did you say first? Tony Dunn says Margaret said it first. Which one? Clover? Was it Clover? Margaret use capital letters. No, she said love, you mean. Is it love? Clover. No, she said core. You think it was cover? Cover. Let me see. Can everyone check the chat and see for me? Cover, she said. Let's see, Tony Dunn said cover. Oh yes, it was Margaret. Margaret was cover. After love, over, curve, and then cover. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Margaret 5 points and take away 1 point from Tony Dunn. So now it's Tony Dunn 8, Margaret 5. Its score was me. So was it right or was it wrong? So I didn't make the mistake. So I didn't make a mistake, right? Because you're saying it was him. Yeah, let's move on. Let's do the next one. Tony got it. Okay. So I'm going to give it back to Tony then. Tony's back on 9. Ride. Tony Dunn says ride on 10. Ridge. Ridge. Patrice with 4 points. Grid. Mayflower 3 points. Grid. Ridge. Grid. Dyer. Tony Dunn on 11 with Dyer. Rig. Tony Dunn says Rig 12. Red. Rig and red. So that's 12 and 13. Dyer. Rig is done. Dig is done. Oh, I went and put a word myself accidentally. It was accident. Rid. I don't think no one put it there. Dyer. Dig is done. What? Dig wasn't done. Tony Dunn said dig. Tony Dunn was on 14 now. Dirt. Dirt. Where's the T? There's no T. Did. Patricia subbing is covering it. Dig. Rice. Tie. Red. Dig. Del. I think I'm gonna end the stream now. I think a few people are getting exhausted mentally because it's putting some words that is not making sense. Del. There's no L. Okay, we finished the game now. Tony is the winner of this round with 14. Margaret, or maybe it's Patricia, second with 5. Then Margaret 4. And then Mayflower with third. But the previous round, Margaret was the winner. Tony Dunn was second, and Dima and Ramsey were third. Do you guys want to continue, or shall we end it for today? Come on, press the button. Let's press it then. I wonder if this is a word. Dora. Dora the Explorer. Dollar. Tony Dunn gets the big one. Dora. Doll. 16 for. And then another one, $16. Charlie says roll. Tony Dunn says roll 17. Dollar is done. It's 11:54 in Scotland. Yep, same. I'm in the UK also. Roll. Road. Charlie says road. First point for Charlie. Or. Old. Charlie says old. 2 points for Charlie. Roll. Who said all? Cranes. CR. Cranes with the first point. Use. Dial. All. Load. Charlie says load 3 points. Rod. Tony Dunn says Rod, 18 points for Tony Dunn. All, we already got all. Lard. Nope. Lord. I think that's the one. Screams. Second point. Ahutonga Riki Valparaiso, Chile. Ahutonga Riki was the main center and capital of the Hutu Iti, the Eastern Confederation of the Rapunai. Fascinating. Patrick says good night. Bye, Patricia Macmillan. And Graves with the third point and handed by Charlie. 4 points for Charlie. Guess the big word, handed. Dane. And Andy says Crames, 5 points. And who said end first? It wasn't Tony, it was Charlie. 6 points for Charlie. Had. Who said had? Charlie. 7. Dad. Tony Dunn says dad. 19. DEA. Yep. Patricia gets that one. 6 points. Head. Charlie says head. 8 points for Charlie. Had. 10. Tony Dunn says Den. 20 points. Dad is the head. Hen. Who said hen? Crames. 4 points. Head and hen. Dean. Patricia says Dean. 7. 8. Add. Graham says add. 5 points. So we got top player is Tony Dunn with 20. Then Charlie is second with 8. Then Patricia with 7 in third. Graham's fourth with 5 points. And Mayflower with 3 points. Well done to everyone. I think I'm going to end the stream now because it's gone past an hour. So thank you for everyone who's joined and participated. And have a good night.